I woke up that morning the way I always do. No alarm, no rush, just habit. I poured myself a cup of coffee, stepped outside, and let the quiet settle in. The air was cool. The creek usually makes this soft, steady sound in the background, almost calming. I glanced toward it without thinking, and that's when my brain froze. Something was wrong. For a split second, I couldn't understand what I was looking at. My eyes kept searching for something that should have been there, something that had been there for years. Then it hit me. The bridge was gone. Not leaning, not damaged, not shifted by weather. Gone. The wooden bridge I built with my own hands, the bridge I crossed nearly every day, the bridge that connected my land, my routine, my work, completely destroyed. I stood there staring, coffee going cold in my hand, trying to process it. I honestly thought maybe I was confused. Maybe fog was blocking my view. Maybe a storm washed something out overnight. So I walked closer. Every step made it worse. Splintered boards scattered along the creek bank. Support beams snapped clean through, like someone attacked them with machinery. Metal brackets twisted and ripped straight out of the ground. This wasn't wear and tear. This wasn't an accident. This was deliberate. And then I saw it, right in the center of the dirt, where the bridge once stood proudly, a bright orange notice stuck into the mud like a warning sign. Removed by order of the HOA. That was the moment shock turned into anger. They didn't knock on my door. They didn't call me. They didn't email. They didn't leave a warning or a violation notice. They just came onto my property and destroyed something I owned. They erased years of work in a single morning and assumed I'd do nothing about it. They had no idea what they'd just started. Now, let me explain something, because this wasn't just some decorative backyard bridge meant to look nice in photos. That bridge mattered. It was necessary. The creek cut straight through my property, dividing it almost perfectly in half. The back section isn't unused land. It's functional. I store equipment there. I maintain it year-round. I rely on access to it. And that creek? It's calm on good days, but during storms it becomes dangerous. Water rises fast. The current gets strong. Slipping in means injury at best, disaster at worst. Crossing without a bridge isn't just inconvenient, it's unsafe. That's why I built it. And I didn't cut corners. I pulled permits from the county, I passed inspections, I followed setbacks, I got written approvals. Everything was done by the book. And for years, there wasn't a single issue. No complaints, no warnings, no emails, no surprise letters taped to my door. Just peace. Until one day, the HOA decided that peace only existed when they controlled it. I climbed down toward the creek, stepping carefully around the wreckage, my anger growing with every snapped plank I saw. This wasn't removal, this was demolition. Someone made sure that bridge would never be usable again. I pulled out my phone and started documenting everything. Photos from every angle, video footage of the damage, close-ups of the broken supports. Then I called the HOA office, straight to voicemail. I left a message, calm, professional, asking why my property had been destroyed. No response. I sent an email. Nothing. That silence told me everything I needed to know. They thought this was done. They thought I'd complain, maybe grumble, and then move on. So, instead of waiting, I did the one thing they didn't expect. I showed up. I walked into the HOA office carrying a thick folder. Permits, surveys, inspections, emails, photos, all organized and ready. The manager barely looked up from her desk. Without emotion, she said the bridge was non-compliant and posed a safety risk. I asked calmly, according to who? She replied, the board decided. That answer said it all. No engineer, no inspection, no warning, no chance to correct anything, just a decision followed by destruction. I explained calmly and clearly that the bridge was fully permitted and legally built. Then I said the sentence that changed the room. That bridge is on my property, not HOA land. Silence. One board member leaned back in his chair. Another avoided eye contact. Then someone said it out loud. We assumed it was common area. Assumed. They destroyed private property based on an assumption. I didn't argue. I didn't raise my voice. I simply opened the folder. First, the survey map, property lines clearly marked. Then the county permit. Then the inspection report. Then printed emails dated years back where the HOA acknowledged the bridge and never objected. I watched their confidence collapse in real time. The tone shifted instantly. Now it was, let's slow this down, and maybe we need to review everything. I told them there was nothing to review. They destroyed my property. The solution was simple. Rebuild it, completely, professionally, or we escalate this legally. A week later, I received a letter from the HOA's attorney, carefully worded, polite, defensive. They tried to share blame, claim misunderstandings, offer partial reimbursement. I declined. I had evidence. I had witnesses. I had documentation. So I hired my own attorney and sent one final response. 2 weeks later, my phone rang. The HOA was done fighting. They agreed to pay for the full rebuild, upgraded materials, professional construction. They issued a written apology, updated their records to reflect true boundaries, and formally acknowledged their mistake. The new bridge, stronger, wider, built better than the original. And now, they don't assume anything about my property anymore. This was never just about a bridge. It was about boundaries, respect, and standing up when someone oversteps, especially when they think you won't fight back. If you live under an HOA, document everything. Know your property lines. Keep your permits. Protect yourself. Because sometimes, the moment they destroy what's yours is the moment they reveal their biggest mistake.